In today's video, I'm going to be explaining why Goldman Sachs might be the GOAT. That's right, the greatest of all time when it comes to financial services for personal and small business finance. Now, Goldman Sachs has been around for a very long time. However, it wasn't until recently that they actually dove into the small business as well as personal finance sector. Traditionally, they're more into wealth management, investment banking, high finance. So unless you have a ton of money, you're usually not going to be able to get the services of Goldman Sachs. But through their affiliate Marcus by Goldman Sachs, they offer personal products as well as business credit products. Now, one of the first products that they dropped in the personal credit finance space was the Apple Card. Goldman Sachs partnered with Apple to release the Apple Card. So even though it's branded with Goldman Sachs and Apple, Goldman Sachs is underwriting it. Shortly after, Goldman Sachs took over the credit card program for General Motors. Now, at first, Capital One was managing the GM credit card program, but Goldman Sachs has taken it over and they offer both personal and business credit cards. Now, I recently did a review on the Goldman Sachs business line of credit. Now, one of the reasons why I think Goldman Sachs is the GOAT when it comes to personal and business credit products is because they don't do a hard credit check. Now, a lot of you who did get the Apple Card, and this was circling around on social media, how you can get the Apple Card with no hard inquiry. And what I really like about Goldman Sachs is that they'll give you a soft pull offer, right? And it's a pretty solid offer. And if you decide to accept the offer, then usually that's when you would get a hard pull. But what a lot of people would do with the Goldman Sachs Apple credit card was they would get the offer, freeze their TransUnion report, and then accept it without a hard inquiry. However, with some of the more recent business credit products like the GM credit card, as well as the Goldman Sachs business line of credit, so there's no hard inquiry whatsoever. And that is a game changer because one of the things that a lot of people are concerned about is applying for different credit products, getting a hard pull, and then potentially not getting the account. So therefore, you wasted a hard pull. And then if you try to get financing from somewhere else, then it's just going to make it harder because the other lenders already see that you have a hard inquiry. But in today's video, I wanted to share an additional product where you can get up to a $200,000 business loan from Goldman Sachs. Now, and again, just like with the business line of credit, Marcus by Goldman Sachs also offers a business loan. However, you do have to go through NAV. So this isn't something that you can apply directly on their website at this time, I believe. So they have partnered with NAV, and NAV is one of their, preferred partners that is actually administering the business line of credit as well as the business loan. So some key data points about the business loan. So a minimum of $5,000 all the way up to $200,000, APRs from 7.99 to 16.99%, and there's monthly repayments via ACH. You can get funded in as little as one business day if approved. Now, some quick data points about Goldman Sachs when it comes to personal and some of the business credit products. So on the personal side, when we're talking about the Apple Card or the GM personal credit card, they do a soft pull on TransUnion. Now, with the GM credit card, a lot of people were able to get it without a hard pull. Now, I know with the Apple Card, if you did accept it, then it would be a hard pull. I'm not sure if that's still the case, if they're hard pulling you, but if anyone knows, definitely comment down below. Now, on the business side, the data points are a little bit different. So with the GM business credit card, they pull Equifax. And the same thing with the Goldman Sachs business line of credit. It looks like they're pulling your Equifax personal as well as on the business side. So just keep that in mind. Another key distinction is that on the business side, it doesn't seem like either with the GM business credit card or the Goldman Sachs business line of credit that there's a hard pull whatsoever. And these are two credit products that I actually have, and I was able to acquire these with absolutely no hard inquiry. So I'm going to go through the Marcus by Goldman Sachs business loan application, just walk you guys through. Now, from the looks of it, it seems to be very similar to the business line of credit. Minimum of $5,000 all the way up to $200,000. Right here, you're just going to enter the reason for the business loan. They have a drop down of different selections that you can choose from. They're also going to ask for the legal entity type. So whether that's a sole prop, partnership, C Corp, S Corp, or a limited liability company. And you'll also have to provide your employer identification number. So this is your EIN that you get from the IRS. Clicking see offers won't impact your personal credit score, but may be reflected on your business's credit report. If approved, you will be be asked to provide a personal guarantee for the business loan. So not only does Goldman Sachs offer a business line of credit, but they also offer a business loan, and it's a very similar application process. You can get up to $200,000 on a business loan. Now, from all of the data points I've gathered, both personally, they don't seem to hard pull your credit even when you do accept the business credit products. Overall, it seems like Goldman Sachs is making a big push, not only on the personal, but also on the business side, where you can get business lines of credit, business loans with absolutely no hard credit check, and you can get pre-qualified with just a soft inquiry. Now, if you are looking for a business loan through Marcus by Goldman Sachs, you do have to go through NAV. So NAV is one of the trusted partners that's actually piloting the business line of credit as well as the business loan. So you can't go directly to the Goldman Sachs website to apply for it, or the Marcus by Goldman Sachs. You do have to sign up with NAV in order to see the offer. So they offer a business line of credit as well as a business loan. Now, personally, I kind of prefer business lines of credit unless you know exactly what you're going to be using a lump sum of funds for. Then you can go with the business loan. With the business line of credit, it's replenishable. So even once you repay it, you'll have more available, versus with the loan, once you use it, you have to reapply. But from what it sounds like, since they're not doing a hard pull, it doesn't really matter. Once you repay it and you apply for another one, you probably could get a higher limit. But I just wanted to share this data point with you guys. If there's anyone out there that has more data points or who've actually applied for a business loan through Goldman Sachs, definitely let us know your experience right down below. And until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.